Hi there, fourth graders. Mrs. Knight here with our part 2 of double-digit multiplication. And our learning target for today is we're going to multiply two two-digit numbers based on place value and properties of operation. Let's take a moment and visualize 25 times 23. Up until now, we've seen a 4-part area model, so let's estimate that 25 times 23 for a moment. You might have said that 20 times 20 is 400, or you might have said 25 times 20 would get us even closer, and that's 500. So let's look and see if we get close to that. We are looking at a 4-part area model with obviously the 4 parts of 20 times 20, and 20 times 5, and 20 times 3, and 5 times 3. And when we take those 4 pieces, we would add them up and we'd get the product. But let's look at this today in terms of 2 parts. Because this 4-part area model isn't necessarily always the most efficient way. So we're going to visualize 25 times 23 in only 2 parts. And good, if you notice that only one of the numbers is broken up. We have the number 23 broken up into tens and ones, but we kept 25 the same. And that would mean that 25 times 20 is 500. That's our first part. And 25 times 3 is 75. But that's not all. That's the picture of the equation, but we want to look at the algorithm. So first we want to multiply by the ones, that pink 3. We're going to look at this ones down here. So we know that 25 times 3 is 75. That's our first part of this 2-part area model. And then 25 times 20 to be 500. For a total product of 575, right? We're going to put those 2 parts together, and that's going to equal 575. Look at that next problem for us. We're going to visualize this 22 times 24 in 2 parts, and let's estimate the answer. So we might think that 22 times 20 is a little over 400, right? So let's look at what that picture looks like. We're going to break up just the 22 into 20 and 2. We're going to keep that 24 the same. And this time our algorithm is going to have this little bow tie method, and you're going to really like this. For those of you who haven't seen the algorithm before, pay close attention. So first we're going to multiply by the ones, just like we saw on the last slide, and we're going to say 4 times 2 is 8. And then we're going to multiply the ones by the other one. The other number we have, and that's 2 times 20, which is 40. So we have a total of 48. Ah, look at that, 48. That matches, just like the last problem. Now we're going to multiply everything by the tens. So let's look at the first one. We're going to say 20 times 4 is 80, and 20 times 20 is 400. It's going to put that in the 100 space right there. Then we're going to take the sum of those 2 numbers, right? We're going to add these 2 pieces up, and that's going to be a total of 8 in the ones column. 4 plus 8 is 12, so we're going to carry that 1, and 1 plus 4 is 5, or 500, for the total product of 528. Let's do one more together. We're going to visualize 23 times 13, and we're going to look at it in 2 parts. Let's estimate the answer first. We always want to know if our answer is in the ballpark of our estimate. 23 times 10, possibly. 20 times 10 would at least get us close. We're going to look at it in 2 parts, and let's do the bow tie again. Get your paper ready. We're going to multiply everything by this ones first. This one's right here. We're going to want this product of 69 coming up. So 3 times 3 is product of 9. Very good. And 3 times 20, 60. Good. So we're going to put that 6 right here in the 10 spot. 69. Look, that's a match. Okay, now we're going to multiply 1 times 3. 1 times 3, but that's not just a 1, that's a 10. So it's 10 times 3, which is equal to 30. And then 10 times 20 for a product of 200. And you got that right. We're going to add those 2 up just like before. And we're going to get 9 ones, 9 tens, and 200s for a total product of 299. Nice work, fourth graders. Remember, we're always going to be thinking before we multiply. The algorithm is one strategy for multiplying. This just goes in your math toolkit and works best when it is the most efficient strategy. Look forward to the next lesson where we talk about some double-digit multiplication problems in story problems.